Alright, so my first time back at the Bang Wad reservoir, my regular walk, and I wanted to see what the water level was like in the reservoir, because they've had extreme dry weather over the last few months, and really this reservoir I think got down to about 10% of its level, which is by and large that's empty, and it's still looking incredibly low. I've never seen it looking this low before. All those islands out in the middle of the lake there shouldn't be there, and well, you can see where the water level should be. If you zoom in over there, then all that should be covered up. I should imagine the water level is down about 15-20 feet below its normal level. But it's interesting to see the bottom of the reservoir peeping out, so that's good. I'll take a few more shots as we go around. For instance, down there the water level has peeled away from the very bottom of the dam. So, that was the bottom of the valley before they built the dam. Interesting. Let's go and take a look at the outflow tower. Well, I will cut in a photo when I assemble this of that tower where the water level was the last time I was here, and it was just below we can point just below that kind of horizontal lip there. So right now it must be 15 or so feet below its normal. Those steps there you have usually got water at least halfway up them, so I've never actually seen the bottom of the steps before since I've been here ever. So this is great, this is interesting. And all that land there should be under the water. I bet the water has been lower than this because it's now been raining heavy for, well, nearly a month now, and it's still only this full, so it's quite something. Very, very interesting. Better shot here. So yeah, I'll cut in that photo. So the water level should be there, and going over to the steps it should be like this. The top of this second level up, that's about where the water level normally sits. So if you look at it like that, it looks more like 20 feet down, doesn't it? It's difficult to gauge. Here's another big clue. That should be floating, and it's high and dry. Never seen it high and dry before. And you can bet you that that little pond there is just part of the refill now. That I bet that was dry a couple of weeks ago. You can see that that little channel there. Well, obviously it's normally really underwater, but that might be part of the water flowing back in. I don't know. Maybe we'll get a better view as we go around. And that is a great shot too. Just shows you how dry that is. All that dry land is normally the bottom of the lake. Amazing. Now we're off the dam and we're heading into the jungle. This is what I like to call Fort Canning. As I explained, Fort Canning is a great place in Singapore, and it looks just like this. Never has a place look more like Fort Canning without being Fort Canning. Look at that, should all be underwater. And it's been out for a long time, hasn't it? Because it's nice and green. Beautiful. So, another shot. I don't know what percentage this is, but it's more than 10%, I would imagine. So this is not as empty as it has been. Down there you can see a trickle of water flowing back in, but it's really nothing. Get that all the time. And this gate is a marker. I think this is, according to my GPS, this is 1 mile in. Who knows what's hidden up there. And if that's the only inflow in, then it's not much. It's like that the last time I was here, which was the dry season. So this is the next landmark, what I call the garden centre. A guy who really loves growing his plants. And I sometimes sneak cuttings of them, which usually fail. But I took some of his oleander here. They struck, but haven't flowered. Nor of my oleander from the States either. They've not flowered, but anyway, that's that. So we're 3 kilometres in, and this is what I used to call the watering can. The watering can disappeared. You know, for all those months or maybe even a year, it used to sit on that bench there. Now they've taken it. I think actually that's it there, that little blue thing in the middle. I'd like to sneak in there one day and put it back on the bench. So here we go. Keep going. Now approaching what used to be called the roadworks. See, 6 months has gone by since they finished it, and they still haven't cleared away their shit. And around the corner some of the netting is still there. All that ground used to be underwater. And you know, when you think about the rain they've had here, this inflow like this is just pathetic. 3.5 kilometres, the first bike wash. No bikes today. About 4.5 kilometres in, the second bike wash. This is the bigger one. Also a truck wash. You can often see people washing their trucks in here. So approaching 5 kilometres, not quite there yet. This is the calf, what I call the calf. And the sign that used to advertise it has gone. So there's no more "gimme a sign." With this, am I wrong or am I right? Wait. There's been work going on around here. This is the Utopia pool. And I think it's been cleared out somewhat. And that up there, that building, is new. Yeah, slight changes. Now that is a fantastic view. That's where the lake should be. And just like in Noy's hometown, you can see evidence of where they've cut down the trees before flooding the valley. Brilliant. Wow, how things have changed. This is the dead pool here, but you can hardly see it behind all this lot, which has grown up. Wow. Lost on my own walk. About 5.5 kilometres in now. And we're getting there now for reasons that I'd like to keep to myself. This is what I call dysentery drop. And it's a bit of a downhill thing till you reach the bottom, where you hit the final climb up to the summit, and that is the steepest bit. Okay, the last little climb. Do not enter. Sorry mate, I'm going to enter it. This last little climb brings us to the top summit, and then just now we're heading downhill, and this is home straight. It brings us out to the other side of the dam, and where hopefully I left the bike. Well, that's where I left the bike. I hope it's still there. Thought the bike had gone there for a minute. There it is. It's a tad over 6 kilometers, or my GPS tells me it's 4 miles to the very step from this point around the loop. So it was a good workout. I really enjoyed it.